Show. Starring Jeff Adams. Also, the leader of the electronic band, Nate Manners. Tonight's special guest, Blanca Callahan, formerly of Group 1 Crew. With special live performance by New Zealand's own Rapture Ruckus. The Jeff Adams Show is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/The Jeff Adams Show. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. By PodFund, the first crowdfunding platform for new media has arrived. Raise money for your podcast, internet radio station, or video production. Go to podfund.com for more information. And by the FBA, the Florida Basketball Association. No ego, they play for passion with heart. Great basketball. Check the FBA.com for local schedules.
Greetings, welcome to the new Jeff Adams Show. It's a show about shooting the breeze, talking to artists and guests. We've got 30 minutes of the recorded footage of Blanca and Blanca Callahan, formerly of Group 1 Crew, on the show. And so people that watched it live, thank you for watching and showing support. And we hope you enjoy this interview with Blanca Callahan.
I knew I wanted to do music. I knew that I had a passion and a love for music at a very young age. I was singing since I was like 5 years old. I would like host my own talent show where I was the main act and I would always win, and my parents were the judges. But I think once I got a little older, maybe in 14, 15, I started making that transition where I realized this was a dream of mine to do it as a living, I guess, and I wanted to be a singer. And so at that age, the transition of trying to figure out how to make that a reality, like being in Orlando, I would try to connect with Disney World and do things there and do things at my high school, and I got in theater and stuff like that, and that's where it kind of just started forming and growing, and the passion grew bigger and bigger, and I was able to gain not only a dream but also the professional side of learning how to be on a stage in front of people and things like that. So that's kind of where it started. But when I look back now, I'm like, man, you look at the journey, and it is so different than maybe what you thought it was going to be at the time. I was like, here we go, 15 years old, I'm going to be the next Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, like Cheetah Girl or something.
Cheetah Girl?
I don't know, in Orlando. There's going to be something that's going to happen for me. And it took a while. Like, I auditioned for American Idol. I didn't make it. I auditioned for different things like that and talent shows and didn't make it. And it was a little bit of a harder process, but I'm a big believer. You can chime in too. I'm a big believer of just dreaming big. And when I look back at the journey, even though it was hard, I did come from, in my eyes, nothing to being able to really live out a passion that I've had since being a little girl.
Well, we got to go to break, obviously. Let's hold that thought about dreaming big, because I want to bring up a really good point about dreaming big and what exactly that looks like. Because when you dream big, you dream big. We'll be right back on the JeffAdamsShow.tv, and check out this zit that I just realized I have on my face, and we'll be back.
It's gross.
You know, it's tough when no one's hiring. I mean, Bigfoot shows are just non-existent on TV anymore. I need work. This is some of my highlight reel best moments of me playing Bigfoot. So if you have a movie or you're, need a Bigfoot, I'm your guy. This was one of my serious roles where I played Bigfoot, and it's called The Stop and Stare. It takes a lot of talent to pull this off. A lot. Classic walk and stare at the camera. A lot of talent. This was only one take. It did not retake anything. Total pro. When you hire me, I can do this in one take. Easy. And this is my classic run with the football. Bounce the head up one time. Very hard to do, but like I said, I'm the pro to get the job done.
Hola! We're back.
Hola.
Live here on the Jeff Adams Show, and this splash zone just happened again. Did you
Is
see
that hola because I'm Spanish? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, sensitive.
Did you see that comment that just came out of my mouth? I just went.
I'm
Shooting
done with
stars?
You
The
spit more in
spitting.
Spanish.
Listen, I know Nate, Blanca. You guys like to read, right?
Read.
No.
Read.
You guys like to read. His brother just wrote a book, and his brother sent it to me, and I said, "Hey, did you read
I
it?"
finally just got that. Like my brother, right? He writes his book 4
Yeah.
or 5 weeks ago. It comes out. I seriously just got my copies like 4 nights ago.
Have you read it?
The first 2 chapters.
Okay, good.
But I mean, come on. Considering, I just got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So be honest. I've had to make myself to read. I've been doing like 2 books a month. Which is pretty good. I'm a little bit off pace because I've kind of slacked a little bit. But do you really like to read? Be honest.
Okay. Honestly, I don't love reading, but when I get into a book, I really get into it. So
Yeah. I'm a bad reader.
Well, listen. Let me tell you about this new sponsor we have on the show. Audible.com. You ever heard of Audible.com?
Yes, I have.
It's for people like us that are busy, that can't pick up a book and actually read. I mean, it's great. Audible.com is fantastic. In fact, you can get a free 30-day trial. Free. If you sign up at...
Did you want music during this? I'm sorry.
No. It messed me up. But the Audible.com, listen. Go to audible.com/The Jeff Adams Show trial, and you can sign up. And there's all kinds of books. Let's see what they have here. They have The Hobbit. You can listen to The Hobbit as you drive on your tour bus, and you don't feel like reading. You can feed the baby the applesauce and the rice,
And The Hobbit.
and listen to The Hobbit. It's great. So go to audible.com. Make sure you use the promo code The Jeff Adams Show and sign up for this because they are a brand new sponsor of the Jeff Adams Show. And I think I will sign up myself. So when I drive these long distances to the studio, I have something to listen to. And,
I'm a much better listener than I am a reader. That's all I want to say about that.
Okay.
I think Audible is for you. Audible.com.
Audible.com, the new sponsor of the Jeff Adams Show. So go try that promo. And if you don't, go to the website at jeffadamsshow.tv, click the link, and it's all there for you. And get yourself hooked up. Please support it. It helps our show carry on. Now, back to things at hand.
Hope. You were talking about hope.
Dream big.
I was talking about the Pope.
Hope.
The Pope? What's the Pope's name? Pope John Paul?
Aren't they all named John Paul?
What's the Pope's name now? John Paul something?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No.
What's the
You
Pope's
asking her
name?
because she's Spanish?
No, oh, wait, the Pope's not Spanish.
I'm just.
It has nothing to do with Dream Big. You were on the subject of dream.
Yes, we were talking about dream, but I don't know why I said Pope, because you said Hope.
I said Hope.
Bob
you
Hope
said
for the
Pope.
Pope.
I was trying to keep us on track. You completely have taken us
But
over
now
to Italy now.
I want to like Google that. Who is the Pope? Anybody know?
Is it Francis?
Is it Pope
I think
Francis?
it is. I think it is.
Francis. Let's just say it's Francis and move on.
Pope Francis.
Hope.
But you got to have a
Dream
second
big.
event. Dream big. We're dreaming big here with the Pope, with the Hope. And we were talking about dreaming big. Now, with dreaming big, we all sit there, we have dreams. We sit there and, you know, I dream big when I'm sitting on the toilet. I don't know what it is. I mean, I can literally, that's my peace and quiet. And sometimes it's good to put your phone down, because most people use a phone, and don't ever use someone else's phone, because I try to stay up from people's phones, because you know where it goes. I mean, they go in the bathroom with these phones, and you go, hey, can I borrow your phone? Nah, it's all right. But sometimes it's good to set the phone down, leave it in your room, and dream big on the toilet. I mean, that's like the only peace and quiet I have.
I dream big when I lay down to go to sleep. Sometimes it's a problem because your mind starts thinking and you then end up 2 a.m. and you're still dreaming big a little bit too much. But I don't know, something about like putting the baby to bed, finally getting a moment to just breathe and think about life, think about the future, think about songs that I've got coming and that I just wrote, and that's where I kind of get my inspiration, is in that quiet time.
Where do I dream big?
Yeah.
It's not on the toilet. I think it just comes with, a lot of times when I hear music, that kind of puts my head back in perspective with music. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very distracted, not distracted from music. I mean, there's a call that we all identify with in
Yeah.
our lives. Am I in a season right now? I mean, I'll be 40 this year. And like when we were talking about being younger, and then all of a sudden, it's 20 years later.
Right.
And I'm going, what just happened? And where did it all go?
Yeah.
But I think when I hear music and I go search different artists online, sometimes a lot of secular artists right now.
But
are
wait,
just,
what's secular?
I don't know, but anyway.
It's like a Christianese word, right?
Well, it is, but
it's
I mean.
secular because it's not
I
Christian.
guess, yeah.
It's just music. Call it music, for crying out loud. We don't like to use these Christianese words on this show. Just call it music. Because that's what it all is. It's music. Some talk about God, some talk about drugs or whatever, but
These
call it music.
usually doesn't talk much. This music, but
it's instrumental electronica.
it's instrumental.
So how would that be secular?
It's inspiring
use
to
that-
me.
It's
Like,
okay.
yeah, so I mean, when I hear stuff like that, I get inspired to get back sitting down at the computer, programming, kind of thinking of different audiences and whatnot.
Okay.
There was an audience that I used to always imagine,
Yeah.
but it was a real audience that I played for many times. That it was a church that I used to go, how would they respond to what I'm making right now?
So you would dream that you would be doing, your worship music and you'd be in front of a congregation.
Yeah, I think it's more on the creation side. I mean, that's where
It actually happens to me too.
I think in color a lot of times when I'm making music.
Right.
Like there'll be colors in certain sounds and progressions that I'm working on that I see. I mean, I know a lot of people who see that, and I don't think it's weird. I think it's just, I don't see a specific place, but I do see a specific audience. Most of the times, it's a very worshipful audience that I know is a place that plugs in immediately,
Right.
even if an accordion was playing.
Right.
How would they respond to it? And I think, my whole side of creativity is it's always messy. Creativity is always messy, but the end result
Beautiful.
is usually a beautiful piece of art. And so, you're pulling from everywhere, just assimilating a lot of stuff to make something beautiful.
Well, I like that. I mean, I think that really helps. I mean, you said that too. It's about the dreaming thing. Because when people say dream big, the first thing you say to artists, well, I'm going to sell 1 million records. I'm going to go on this tour and sell at every arena there is. And people can dream that way. I'm not trying to crush people's dreams.
Yeah.
But the reality is that rarely happens. And it's like that with the book. Hey, I'm going to write a book. It's going to be the best-selling book, on the planet. And, things happen. But I like what you guys said about that, because when I was dreaming about this show, I was like, hey, you know what? If I can be, recognized or for a great podcast, fantastic. That's kind of my end result, and to help people. And if we can get on some television and whatever too, that's cool too. But that's my dream with it. If it helps people to further the walk and help them out, fantastic. But I think a lot of people, they dream, and it's this big, massive. They go to the end result, but they don't take the dream steps. And they get lost in this big dream, and then they're really disappointed when they get there. Explain that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I think it's okay. Like I said earlier, I'm a big, I love for people to dream big, and sometimes it's okay to go there, but like you said, you have to be okay with the process and the end result, and for me, allowing God to kind of reveal each piece as I go. It's like a puzzle. Like I'm only seeing pieces of it, so I think it's going to be something, but then as he continues to reveal each piece, like I have to be okay with where he's leading me.
Right.
And
yeah, I think with that, I think there's painful pieces. You don't think the dream is a beautiful thing to imagine, and this is so great, but there are growing pieces. There are painful pieces to any type of growth. Any type of growth requires pruning and cutting back. And when, things happened for me at a rapid pace when I was young, like young in my 20s. I thought, this is incredible. And then, bam, just the painful growth that I hated and didn't even see it as growth. I saw it as an end,
Right.
That had to take place. And, I mean, I'm still in areas that are like, I don't understand.
Welcome to your 40s.
Welcome to. I'm not there yet.
Well,
but,
hey,
But I'll ask you.
I started when I was 39 too.
Yeah, I mean, here I am. I know there's a dream and I know there's a promise, but a promise requires action.
Yeah.
And sometimes that action is going through things that are pretty ugly, But.
And it's like, even now I'm like, it's your dream, your process, and like you have to be okay with that, because I know a big problem for me at times is insecurity and standards and feeling like I have to, in order to be considered successful, like I have to hit this standard. And I'm learning more and more that, this is my life, my kind of journey that the Lord is taking me through, and I can't compare it to anyone else's. I can't expect it to be like everyone else's. Like, it's going to be mine. And that's what makes it beautiful, because at the end, there's no one else that can walk this journey that you're taking except you. So. Right.
In the chat room, I seen it was in the chat room. I'm like kind of reading, and there's always some people in the room that want to be a producer. They said, "Hey, dude, stop. You're supposed to talk in the microphone. You sound like your audio sounds horrible when I don't talk in the microphone." But I do have a lapel on.
Maybe it's blocked.
I'm trying to dream big. Maybe it is blocked. I don't think so. Is it blocked?
Maybe.
I mean, this obviously sounds better. But if I turn to Nate, I guess I sound like garbage. So maybe I won't look at you anymore.
Oh, I think you sound like garbage.
I always sound like garbage. But anybody got any questions in the chat room for Blanca? We're here. We got about 14 minutes, and then we're going to go live. This is the killer right here, the live element of the show. We're going to go via satellite to New Zealand to see. You toured with Rapture Ruckus.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I love Rapture Ruckus.
They're probably my favorite band to watch live. I just love their show. It's so much fun. They dream big too. They dream very big. There's a guy in here as a comedian that his name is Bubba Bo Beard. What is going on? He wants to be a comedian, and he's 52 years old and still trying to do the stand-up comedy. So continue to dream big there, Bubba, and good luck with that. He's right there, Bubba Bo Beard. He's called the show a couple times. We used to take live phone calls. He'd call in the show. If you could tell one thing to someone dreaming, and you both can chime in on this, to help somebody to achieve those steps, and not necessarily look at the big end result, but take the steps. Like, let's just use music for example. Let's not get, Nate, I thought your what you said about the colors and everything. That's I can really connect with that. But like for someone that doesn't really is not there yet on the creative level, like I don't understand colors. What is that? The steps, like immediately if I felt I was supposed to do a record, I felt like called to do a record, what would be my steps?
I think you have to take advantage of what you have around you. Opportunities, whether it's at your church, whether it's at your school, whether, you know, like if it is a talent show, if it is part of the worship team, if it is maybe a local producer friend that you can get with and be creative with and just try to write songs, like just take advantage of the tools that you have right now. A lot of the times people want the end result really quickly and they want to get it really fast, but
Right.
they don't see kind of the pruning process and the hard work that goes into getting there. And a lot of the times it is just starting where you're at and taking advantage of what you have around you and allowing the Lord to kind of take you on your process. So that would be my biggest advice. I think what I've learned the most along the way is it doesn't come overnight and it doesn't come easily. It comes in the hard work and really trusting the Lord to kind of guide you through it, but taking advantage of what you have now, where you're at. Not, well, if I had, you know, Dark Child to work on my record, then I would do it. No, it's what can you do right now where you're at with the people that you know, the community around you that you can really take advantage of and start there.
And Dark Child is a producer.
He is a very...
Rodney Jerkins.
Yeah, Rodney Jerkins. Big
But people are
producer.
like, Dark Child? Did she just say Dark Child?
Look it up.
Yeah, we actually, we met Dark Child, Rodney in LA. We went in there in the studio and that was crazy. Remember we were in there and like, we met him and he was like real busy, he looked tired. And he said, he kind of pushed us out because Whitney Houston was coming in the studio.
Yeah, he was working on her next record.
And you keep looking at my Band-Aid in my thumb. It's like a distraction for you.
I see it too. There's like
You should
hairs
put a
hanging
face
out.
on it.
There's a tiny teleprompter right there.
I wanna,
It's
like,
so
cut
funny.
those things
She
off.
looks at my zit, like right here. My wife said I should have popped it, but I can't. It just wouldn't pop in the bathroom. But then I'm like talking to my thumb, and then Blanca keeps looking like it's a teleprompter with the Band-Aid on there. She's looking at it like.
It's like your sidekick, like he's a little person.
Hi guys. I forgot to take it off.
It's your safety Band-Aid. It keeps you company while you're on camera.
Yeah, but we were in the studio, and he pushed us out because Whitney was coming in. Like I think right after that, she passed away, or it was like a couple months after that, wasn't
yeah,
it? Something like
I
that.
think
It was
so.
really weird. Anyways, I don't know why I said that stupid story.
Yeah.
But dreaming
That was
big,
stupid.
Dark Child.
That was a fun memory. I really
Rodney
enjoyed
Jerkins. Yeah, he's a good guy. We just never had a chance to. He said he was going to work with us, and never really did.
But he gave good advice, and I know he told us just stay true to yourself. That was one of his big things, like, oh, goodness, Jeff. But he said stay true to yourself, which is another great point is, you know, don't, like I said earlier, don't try to be anyone else or compare yourself to anyone else, but really stay unique. And that's what I love about him is that he's so unique and different in what you do. Your style is super cool. I remember when I was back at my home church many years ago, you coming in and inspiring me because it was something totally different, which I'd never seen before.
I mean, it's been a long road. I'm not any place special. I remember you and I used to talk all the time about, you know, I wanted to always be bigger than I was. And you said, well, what if it's only the local church? What if the only thing you're ever called to is the local body?
Right.
And I was like, poo, you know, I don't want to. I want the tour bus. I want the the crew to go with me and all that. And you know, that was probably 10 years ago, something like that. And I'm to a place now where it's like I just want to be. I know when I was younger, God said, be as innovative as possible. I know for a fact that I've been one of the most innovative people I know in the fields of worship, which is a great dream to me. You know, now I've got a 12-year-old and I've got to inspire him in whatever he wants to be.
Right.
You know, but well, thank you for the compliment, by the way. I remember the time there was only one time I played for her, you know, and she sang and I played, and It was just a quick song, something or other. And it was awesome. And that place that you were talking about, your home church, was one of the biggest, like, I just love the people in that church. I worked with our buddy Stefan the other night. He came over to my house and we were writing, and it wasn't anything that you would think Stefan would actually do, you know? And he's just like, he got one of my CDs probably 15, 16 years ago. His brother gave it to him, copied it and burned it and gave it to him back in Dominica. I always say it wrong.
Yeah.
Dominic?
Don't.
Anyways, yeah, I love those people, like, especially Pastor Frank.
He's good people.
Awesome.
Incredible.
Very
man.
good people. Very, very good people. And I was thinking, the chat room threw me all off because I remember, because I was on a tech network, and there's and I wonder if that person's from the tech network because everybody's talking about audio and production stuff, and that threw me off. I'm like, am I still in the tech network? I'm not sure. But anyways, talking about creative. Yeah, you know what? Thanks to 24 Flix. Before we go to Rapture Ruckus Live, they're telling me that they're chiming in the videos now. But thanks for 24 Flix for letting us come in here and kick off the Jeff Adams show. And
Yes, thank you guys. Thank you for having me.
Oh man, I couldn't.
This is awesome.
All I gotta say is when you get the record or even a single out, you gotta come back and perform live.
For sure. This is actually, I think, one of my first interviews as Blanca.
Boom. Boom. There you go.
It's been fun. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I had to have you on here. I said, we're talking about music. I said, there's no better person to have than Blanca. Because you know what? A lot of people, I get disappointed. I meet people, I see on TV or on the stage, and they're nothing like they are on stage or on TV. I've met a lot of different people. But Blanca is the real deal. I mean, what you see here is what you get in real life. I mean, hands down. Like what she does on stage, and she says she is exactly the way, she sits in front of this camera and then she sings songs, which is very hard. I get disappointed. I mean, like, man, I want to meet that person. I mean, I'm like, man, what a dingling that person was. Can I use dingling? I just use dingling, but But anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out. Yeah.
I'll pay you your $20 out.
Okay. Yeah. 20, my commission, my back commission. No. But yeah, we got a long way to go with the Jeff Adams show. But we stepped out. The set's beautiful. Nate hooked up the set, did a fantastic job. We got some bugs to work out, but we had to just jump in and do this. I mean,
just get going.
People saying the audio is a little shaky, but you know what? You grow. But if you just sit back, we're talking about dreaming. If you just sit back on your dreams and you don't do anything out of it, you're never going to do anything.
That's right.
So guess what? It's not going perfect the way we want to go perfect, but we can learn and get better and better. Like, I'm really rusty. Yeah.
You got to take a step. And that's where I'm at, and I'm sure that's where you're at. You got to just take a step of faith and try it and do it. And you learn as you go, but at least you're doing it.
You just got to do it.
You got to do it.
No matter how rusty. If your jumper's, a little off, you got to just keep shooting. But if you don't hit the court.
Sports reference.
Yeah, a little basketball.
I'm not good on basketball.
Go team.
So anyways, let's see. They're still telling us, okay, we're going to queue up. We got about another minute to the stall here. So, maybe I can do a little dance and do a cartwheel.
Good. Yes, that'd be good.
Or
because you have enough space.
Where should I go to get my hair fixed?
I think your hair is fine.
Should I call your husband?
No, definitely not. Your hair is fine just the way it is.
She's so not coming back.
Da-na-na, crop circle. All right, here we go. We're going. Thanks for hanging out at JeffAdamsShow.tv. Thank you to Blanca and Nate, new co-host. And we're going to go live to Rapture Ruckus in New Zealand. Till next time, peace out.
Lights so bright. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's make this music flow. Let's take it to another level on the show. The whole world, what they all need to know. Christ is alive and it's coming back for y'all. This is the sound of a hurricane. There's any guys who representing no other name. The sound that is passing you by. Hit them down parade with your hands in the sky. So throw your hands on up in the air. You wanna dance, wanna party over there. You wanna soar with the eagles, yeah. Throw your hands up like you just don't care. We're going on. We're going on. We gon' dance, we gon' party wherever you go. down? Have you ever danced on a cloud? Have you ever touched heaven, never wanna come down? Let's go, let's start the music, start the fire, start the revolution, start the new school, let's move this world. Heaven on earth to every boy, every girl. No fear, no sorrow, no pain. No reason for anybody to feel ashamed. No reason for anybody to change. We call on his name and he heals the land. So throw your hands on up in the air. You wanna dance, you wanna party over there. You wanna soar with the eagles take. Throw your hands up like you just don't care. We're going home. We're going home. We gon' dance, we gon' party. We're back for we won. Sweet home. We're going home. We gon' put it on back together as we go. Walking home. We going home. We going home. We going home. As we walk this road, it's just no matter how far we go, through the rain and the snow, no matter which way the wind blows, I'm still running home. Darkest of days, longest of nights, to the end of the tunnel of light, I'm still running. No matter how far we go, gotta let our light shine and show, till the whole world knows I'm still running home.